Top down hi-hats with the simplest, the most obvious way of doing things. Let's simply get an audio track, find a nice hi-hat sample we like. I prefer acoustic hi-hat samples, and you can just search for acoustic and it'll find all the ones Bitwig tagged as acoustic here. Maybe get something a bit longer and you'll see why in a second. I like to align this holding Alt just to the start of the clip here, just so it's easier to snap to the grid. Just cut this short here, give it a nice percussive envelope, Alt clicking this and then just putting one on every beat. I've got a kick and a snare here, very basic beat just for illustration's sake for now. So let's... First of all, these need to be cut short. Then I probably want to make the ones on the offbeats here a bit quieter. A bit too short actually. And then I like to kind of shape the groove by shaping these lengths here, by taking this fade out here and just adjusting these envelopes a bit. So this needs to sound different for sure. Maybe something more like this here. Then maybe taking these offbeat ones, shifting them off the grid a bit. I don't like using this global groove here, to be honest. I prefer to just select these, hold shift and move them back a bit, because then I can use event snapping to snap to them and stuff, and it's visually a bit cleaner and gives me more control over the groove. Make these shorter. Let me select these again. Just maybe shorten the fade outs a bit more. And then kind of really trying to find something more interesting. So let me just listen for a bit and kind of try to find an interesting groove here. You know? Sometimes it's nice to kind of make the last one a bit longer, almost like it's an open hat. So like... this kind of thing, you know? Just shape the groove more, and then I like to layer some different hi-hats to emphasize different beats and so on. So maybe let's get another one. This is kind of interesting because it's very short and sort of snappy. Maybe just place it here. And here. And then often like to get one to just very simply kind of emphasize these quarter notes here. We just... I kind of go more for tone color than for envelope when searching for these, because I can simply just fade these to the length I want. So let's maybe get this, and just to get some more rhythmic emphasis, you know. And kind of see if I want to emphasize just these half notes or these quarter notes or whatever, just by listening and kind of moving to the beat a bit. Actually, I want to emphasize these two, I don't know why. Just feeling like it right now. And then these are kind of my acoustic hi-hats. So yeah, a very simple technique of doing hi-hats, but it's just very effective and you get very fast at it and kind of can do all sorts of different stuff this way and easily get stuff off grid and so on. So I didn't want to pretend like I only use these fancier techniques that I'm going to show you next, because most of the time I just do this here.